Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Hallbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Corey Castle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Oh, everything's coming up Millhouse over here. Okay, great. Now we go. There we are. Now we all on. Wasn't
Son of a
switching for a
glitch.
minute there. It was just... Give me a drink.
A little bit of a glitch.
Just a little bit.
It's all right. It's a little hiccup.
Glitchered Connor.
That's me. That Rick underscore no cares. Oh, yeah. How y'all guys doing, man? What's going on? It's wrestling week. Yay.
Yay, Rassle.
2 weeks out from Survivor Series, and I thought it'd be farther out. And now I'm mad.
Yeah, man. It's they're doing up Survivor Series big time. And it just seems to have started like this week. Like they were doing qualifying matches and stuff like that for the past week or so. And then all of a sudden it's all brand warfare, and we have, it's mostly just the teams themselves fighting each other. That's pretty much all we're getting here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to the when all else fails, just have like inner fighting with the team. So you're like, oh no, I don't know if they're gonna win.
So let me get this right. I mean, maybe did Matt Riddle have a match with Jeff Hardy and Elias and another match on Raw, or was that 2 different days?
He also had a name.
No.
He had a first name too. And
Yeah,
completely gone.
Get rid of that. Get that out of here. Yeah, Matt Riddle is just Riddle now, and it's very awkward. I don't like it. I mean, he did an interview or something where he said he's fine with it because people just go around calling him Riddle anyway. But just hearing the announcers say, "Oh, the winner of the match, Riddle," like that just sounds so stupid. I don't like that at all. It just doesn't sound like a wrestler that should be taken seriously. Sounds like he should be changing his gear into like green with question marks all over it.
yeah.
Come on, man. This was a guy who was scripted to call Sheamus Fireface last night. Like, I don't think they're taking anything this guy's doing seriously.
That was my favorite part of Raw, was the nicknames.
Of course it was.
Broly, Skipper, Fireface. I really want to see a Fireface Funhouse match.
Only thing I liked about it is they hinted towards Matt Riddle and Keith Lee's friendship. Like those guys are like pretty close. It was nice to see both of them in the ring doing their little wink and nods to each other while they're standing next to each other, trying to make But that was awful. And I don't get Sheamus. I don't get what they're doing with Sheamus.
What is he? Is he a heel? Like, why is he friends with Drew McIntyre now? And not friends, but they've been friends, but now they're going, hey, look, these guys have been friends forever. And he's like, Drew McIntyre's like, all right, buddy, gotta go. I'm about to be in the main event. Take care.
Go grab some pints later.
Go be a forgettable part of a team that doesn't matter. Bye.
It looks like they're setting up for a possible Drew McIntyre and Sheamus feud, because it looks like he's Sheamus is going to be the jealous type, and that's where I see it going. I might be wrong. Maybe they're trying to turn Sheamus face or McIntyre heel, but I doubt it. I don't know. It's interesting to see where it goes, because it seems like we were talking about it last week. They have a lot of balls up in the air with you got Orton and The Fiend, and then you got Orton and McIntyre, and then you got Orton and Roman Reigns, and then there's all these different feuds that are happening, but none of those feuds are taking place at Survivor Series. They're not going to have any of those matches, so it's odd and it's weird. I'm not sure
maybe that's exactly what they're doing. Is maybe after Survivor Series they finally separate Orton and McIntyre. And maybe, they're doing a hot shot job on having Sheamus turn on them, and then Lisa they'll have that for a while as McIntyre and Sheamus, which probably will be good matches. But I don't know, I'm to the point with Sheamus where I really don't care anything he does. So like he's just been around so long. And, you know, it just sucks. So I do think they're going to end up having really good matches.
Yeah. It's like it's this is real weird. Like all the build up to the Survivor Series team stuff, and then like Braun Strowman, anything he's saying, he's like, "Oh, I've already been in 17 Survivor Series matches." Shut up! No, you haven't. Like,
shut up,
shut up, huh?
Shut up, huh? And like Sheamus is like, "Yeah, I'm the most like tenured out of us, and it makes the most sense that like I'm Sheamus."
5 years we've been doing this show.
It was more about the attitude of it than like it should be like, yeah, dude, I'm Sheamus. Like my name means something. I don't have to change my name. They don't have to cut my name shorter. I'm Sheamus, been Sheamus, undeniable. I was the champion. I beat John Cena for the championship. Like, like it should be like, yeah, why am I even in the back of the line behind these people? I shouldn't. I'm Sheamus. Like that's how I feel it should be. Like as far as a heel Sheamus.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. There's a bunch of stuff they could be doing because there's another match with McIntyre and Orton coming up next week on Raw. I don't know if they're going to change the titles or not because McIntyre and Reigns sounds like something that they would absolutely do with a week to prepare to make it, you know, a little bit harder for McIntyre and, you know, give him that big face push towards the end. You know, and then they have after that, it could be McIntyre versus Sheamus, and then you could have Orton just for the Fiend versus the Fiend without any title behind it. I could see them going that route. You know, who knows?
How many title changes were in that 24/7 match?
10.
That's
was it 10? Did you actually count it?
I've heard 10. I don't know. Somebody told me 10, and I went with it. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. But I believe
I assume 10.
I've been told it was 10. Yeah, I don't know. Raw and SmackDown weren't that great this week. NXT was just okay. AEW Full Gear happened. I didn't watch it. I was looking at some highlights and stuff like that. The matches look great, but I do not like the outcomes of most of these.
They're calling it the best AEW pay-per-view so far. I did not have a chance to watch it either because I close on Saturday nights and I worked a double at my job. But I've been hearing nothing but good things. There was a pirated copy on YouTube as of yesterday. I started to watch it, walked in the other room, came back out, and AEW shut it down. So,
no booty for you. No booty for you.
But what I want to bring up right before we flip to AEW is, so that's it for Tucker, huh? He's like just in the 7 race now. Like,
yeah.
How awful is that? And his tights.
His awful tights. I don't know what their plan was for him.
It's not the worst. His gear's not the worst. It's like it's like more fitting to what he's got, you know.
Yeah, but it's so bland.
It is. It's
Where are you going,
generic?
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
So
I'm just going to sit on top of the couch.
I missed like the end of Raw, so I'm trying to fast forward my DVR to the end of Raw, and every time I get to where I have to hit play, it starts it right from the beginning again. I'm like, just show it to me. So
you didn't miss a whole heck of a lot.
I just saw like the end scene of Chicago Fire like 4 times.
The only thing you need to see, honestly, is Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali. It was just phenomenal. Those guys put on a hell of a match. It's probably the best showing Ricochet's had in a long time. I mean, because he was actually profiled, you know.
They're making sure to pronounce Mustafa Ali, like they had to pronounce, they do correct pronunciation because they like asked him on like Raw Talk what the pronunciation of the word is, and he said it. Now they make sure they have to say it that way every time.
If that's what he wants to be called, man.
Mustafa.
I didn't know he did that, so I'll have to call him that from now on.
Mustafa.
You call him Nia Jax.
Yeah,
Can
we stop? Can we stop putting Lana through tables?
Yeah, it's old. It's dumb. It's tired.
It's old. It's petty. Like it's just so petty, and it's not like Miro's killing it in AEW to like be like upset about. Like his whole entire storyline right now is garbage, and he didn't. Last week I watched his match. He didn't even look good. He looked clunky as hell. I know. I guess that's his first real match back, but like he did not look good at all against Trent Beretta. So I don't know what WWE's being such babies for. I don't get it.
Well, what's been going around is saying that this is their plan to turn Lana face, is to get so much sympathy for her that it's impossible not to cheer her.
No one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares about it though. That's the thing.
And it's not
really
like when she does the "I'm tough," it's not believable. And like when she like throws, like, okay, we watched women's wrestling. All right, we just saw Bayley and Sasha. We don't need to see Lana like as a competitive in-ring performer. Like, I don't care. I mean, like, give me Shayna Baszler any day. I love Shayna Baszler.
My phone just went off. I don't know what you said, but it triggered me. My phone's talking over here. I don't know what you triggered.
Said Shayna, not Siri. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I noticed that they are trying to do that though with turning her face. Like they turn around and be like, "Oh, she keeps on coming back for more. She won't give up," and blah blah blah. And they're trying, but no one cares about it at all. I wish that they did, but it's not working, and it is coming off as petty. It's like, okay, well, we know who your husband is and what he just did, and all the crap he's been talking about us. So we're gonna put you through a table 8 weeks in a row. Literally 8 weeks in a row, and I don't think it's going to stop.
Counting it all the time.
Yeah,
it's just dumb.
For the 8th week in a row, you know.
And
so,
what, like,
I don't know.
Somehow, like Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, like stopped it from happening this week, or something. It's like, why do we care? I don't care.
They stopped it from happening, and then they still did it later on in the show.
Yeah.
It's like you could have like took the high road and let her get away with not being put through a table for a week, and that maybe that could have turned into something slightly better. But it's just the same thing over and over and over, and it's like, dude, she's not a good wrestler. She's not like, I don't understand why she's in such a spotlight. They try to make her sympathetic, but sympathetic ain't sitting on your knees throwing the weakest punches I've ever seen in my life. And Nia Jax just screaming at her like that shrill voice she has. It's just bad. It's just really, really. It's like you have Sasha and Bayley, and then you have Raw's women, and it's like, what's wrong with the picture?
That's the women's division in AEW versus the women's division in NXT. It's the same contrast.
Yeah, I wish they would just take Asuka and put her on SmackDown with the girls that can actually wrestle, and then do whatever they got to do with these garbage wrestlers they have on Monday night. It's just awful. And Shayna's phenomenal, but she is stuck in a really bad storyline. Yeah,
the fact that they're not pushing Shayna Baszler, like Shayna Baszler versus Asuka, I'm pretty sure that happened before, but. If they kept on building with it, I'm sure they would get some really great matches out of all that. And they need to start building this storyline between Asuka and Reckoning from Retribution. Whatever.
I wanted to bring that up. Talking about her, I wanted to bring this up before, and I forgot. when something like she was having some like meltdown or something. What was happening? Where like she was just freaking out, like she was like doing something, and the ref was clearly saying, "Mia, what's going on, Mia?" Like is what like they just exposed it hardcore, and it's just like how committed are we to making this not work?
Well, hopefully they seem to be turning it around now. They had the kick-ass promo last week with everything, and then Ricochet and Tucker attack, and then this week Mustafa actually this is the first win for Retribution. Mustafa or whatever his name is, going over on Ricochet. So it seems to be that they're going in that direction. So hopefully they'll continue it, and we'll see what happens. Did anybody hear about the line Byron Saxton threw out about Asuka and Nia Jax being the main event of WrestleMania?
No.
Did anybody hear?
No, because I don't really listen to Byron Saxton because he plays like this cheesy announcer, like, "Hey guys, let's make it fun, let's make it happy," and he gets made fun of by everybody. It's just I honestly don't even pay attention to anything he says anymore. I don't.
Well, apparently, according to, I think it was Fightful.com, if I'm getting that right, that was a 100% scripted line that was fed to him, that they wanted him to say Nia Jax and Asuka would be the main, like a suitable main event for WrestleMania or something along those lines.
So he didn't say it's going to be the main event of WrestleMania. Because he just said it would be suitable as a way to kind of like kiss the toes of those women to like put them over in a way. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. But
I guess
Asuka in the main event of anything always makes sense. It's the pushing of Nia Jax. It's this continuing to push someone who is not a good wrestler, who's not, but because she's impressive in size. Vince McMahon's whole thing with size. It's like she stinks. She's dangerous. She's not good on the mic, and nobody likes her. Like
she's not like most girls that only take just what they're given, like a perfect little princess. Except for taking what you're given. If your cousin's The Rock, you're going to be given like a different amount than everybody else.
A lot more, yes.
She's not like most girls, likable. She's just an unenjoyable. Every time she's on the screen, she's unenjoyable, and it's just I don't. And I feel bad. Maybe she might be a nice person for real, but like I can't deal with it anymore. How much they push this woman and make her like the most devastating character on Raw for the women's division. It's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get the obsession.
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have to eventually do something where they split up Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and hopefully that'll be the end of Nia Jax for a while. Eventually that's
facing the heel in that.
I don't
Shayna
know.
Shayna Baszler can't play face. It doesn't work for her, man.
Yeah. If anything, it's just like, hey, just push the hell out of Shayna Baszler and like give Nia a little vacation or something.
A little vacation.
Like
a vacation.
Take a cruise. Relax. Everything's gonna be fine. We got this, girl. We got this.
We got it. We're good. We got it.
Like they could send her down to NXT like Ember Moon, and that ended up actually being besides why am I blanking on his name? Well, the Kings of NXT, Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah.
That probably was the highlight of NXT was Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai, and I was glad that Dakota Kai went over because I was really scared that now that Ember Moon was back, they were going to push Dakota Kai back down. And I really think that girl's earned her position in the NXT. She puts on really good matches. Like I said, I love Raquel Gonzalez. I think they're a really good pair. So I was glad to see that Ember Moon actually lost that match. But yeah, I don't. Nia Jax is such a weird conundrum to figure out.
She's a waste. She's just a waste of TV time and other people's talent. I don't know. She's just flat out a waste.
She's not putting anybody over and not making herself look good. That's the problem. The problem is she's not even making herself look good while burying other people. So it's like hit the indies or something. Like get some experience. Like it's just stop being on main wrestling TV and making all the money that should go to people who can do it.
But you know what would happen if they booted her to go to the independents? Within 2 weeks, she would be in AEW because they so desperately need names, even though she's not good.
Right.
And AEW would be doing the same experiment over there.
Well, they would have Moxley get his comeuppance on her. He dropped the leg drop, big boot, leg drop, 1, 2, 3. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, man. I could sit here and talk trash on Nia Jax all day, but I don't think I should. But yeah, we're bringing up oh, great. We brought up a lot of things during that. Jump over to
we're going to go to a convention one day, and Nia Jax is going to point him out while he's in line somewhere else. You.
I heard all of it. I heard every last bit of that, Connor. Yeah, jumping over to jumping back to NXT. Ember Moon and Dakota Kai was really good, and I did like the Kings of NXT. That whole promo was fantastic. Him taking the camera and everything.
So good. Yeah, Pat McAfee. He's got my vote. He's doing fine.
Dude, the whole team where Killian Dane chases after him and they beat him up outside the car, and then Pete Dunne just makes the door close on his head, and Pat McAfee looks at him and goes, "Little aggressive." He's like, well, we could talk about that in the car. Like, there's just like nice little subtleties to his character that work. Like, there's that like natural comedy where it's not forced. You know, like I think it's a good group. Like I said, the three of these guys are all solid wrestlers. It's like it's not like they're chumps, and they can help. They're going to end up helping McAfee in the end become a better wrestler. Before, especially Pete Dunne, guy's a monster. So, and if this is War Games, now I'm excited. I'm seriously.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to see it. Yeah, man. What is his name? Cameron Grimes to the moon. This storyline, it's so ridiculous, but I love it so much that he's seeing zombie referees now when they're not there. That is hilarious. I'm sorry. He has like PTSD from the House of Haunted Horror, whatever the thing was. Just him rolling around trying to get away from zombie referees. It would be cheesy if there were actual zombie referees chasing him around. Like, that would be dopey and silly. But the fact that they're not there and he's seeing them anyway and he's freaking out and tapping out of matches and stuff, I love that so much. Like, I wasn't like a real big fan of Cameron Grimes before I saw that, but the fact that they're doing that, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, he was a character like Kushida was like, he was treading water heavily, like they had nothing to do with him, and now like they figured out that they can lean on him for like these little comedy spots, and he can, you know, he's something different on the show, and like it adds a lot because right now we were talking about a few weeks ago, NXT has no personality, like they haven't and now you have Pat McAfee in there. You know, when Adam Cole comes back, so you have these two personalities fighting, and now Cameron Grimes is adding, you know, personality to the show. And then
Damian Priest is a personality. He's larger than life, but like he's probably going off NXT, like he's probably going to Raw or SmackDown. Like,
yeah, I was shocked he wasn't on NXT after losing his belt.
Right.
I mean, I kind of like the whole bit with Johnny standing next to whoever it is in the Scream mask. Just sitting at the table with him. But can we talk about how bad Shotzi's tank getting run over by a Hummer was? That thing was so light. That tank was so light the Hummer couldn't drive over it. And then it just kept pushing it down the street.
I was praying for a speed bump or something.
They have the ability to to film that as many times as they want and to make sure it goes right. They have the ability to get like 100 of those little tank things and do it till it looks right. I don't know whether they were like, oh, this one sucks. Good enough though, I guess. Let it.
No, just drag it. Just drag it behind, and then eventually so you'll hit a pothole or something, and it'll go over it.
Like somebody wasn't like, cut. That sucked. Let's do it again.
All we needed was that shot of Shotzi screaming like somebody murdered a child right in front of her. Mm-hmm. Like somebody who just put a bullet in her dog's head is what she screamed like. And I'm like, okay, it's a little over the top, but all right.
Yeah, over a toy tank.
Yeah.
I could imagine. I could see if she was like seething, like angry that they did it, but to be like crumpled in the middle of the ring and Tony Storm's like consoling her over, like a Barbie car that they put a tank, basically a tank turret on top of it. Like,
yeah, it's a Power Wheels. Pow, Power Wheels. Power. It's like some people are so unthankful.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We're in a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't.
All right, jumping over to AEW, man. Full Gear was this past weekend. Like I said before, I didn't see it, but I've been watching clips. A lot of people are saying like the matches themselves were absolutely fantastic. I just didn't like the ending. I don't like the storylines that are going on. They continue to push just like the main crew. Like it just feels like it's still like, because the Young Bucks just won the tag titles. It's like, why wouldn't you put over FTR? Like the match was fantastic, but why? Like FTR was, like they're supposed to be the big deal, right? Like they just came in. Why not put them over?
It's weird how they like hide things in plain sight at AEW. Like they have a faction called the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle is the Young Bucks and Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes. That's the Inner Circle. And the fact that they call it All Elite is like, if you're not a part of these people, these elite folks, these elite group of people, like you ain't gonna get pushed, or like you ain't getting. They're like, we like to talk about how inclusive we are, but the word elite is in our in the name of our company. It's just very weird to me, bizarre. But I mean, if they want to hire me, sure, I'll do it. But I'm just saying, there's my.
The Young Bucks thing is like, and it's kind of sad because they keep trying to say they're like the anti WWE. But how many times have we seen someone from another organization come to WWE, and the first thing they do is they put their best guy up against them and beat that guy immediately? To be like, well, our guys are better than those people from wherever. They just did the same thing. They had FTR come over. They finally had him wrestle the Young Bucks, and then the Young Bucks had to beat him to be like, well, we were always the better team anyway.
Well, it's similar to what I was just saying about John Moxley's got to get his comeuppance on Nia Jax. The comeuppance aren't about the history between the people or where they were, but it's the fact that like we weren't there. So since we weren't there to beat them there, we'll beat them here because this is where we're better.
But it shouldn't be like that. Is my point. Like that, right. Bill, stop, because they have names there. Like Jericho's a name, and Moxley's a name, and Cody, and all these people that made their names somewhere else. But the people that are there, like, why not build those names? Like they started a little bit with Orange Cassidy, but then kind of died out. They got this new Darby Allin.
Darby Allin.
Right. Yeah, like Darby Allin, like he beat Cody Rhodes, which is great, except I don't like Darby Allin because he just looks like a punk kid. But
it's designed that way for jerks like you to not like him because he looks like a punk kid.
But no, he looks. I don't mean like a punk kid. Like, oh, he just looks like anybody. When we talk about people, like you go to an indie show and it looks like everybody's just playing wrestler. Like they just have like no build and they're just wearing like a t-shirt to the ring and he looks like that guy. He looks like somebody who wants to be a wrestler but isn't one. You know what I mean? He's just that type of look to him. So that's the only reason I don't like him really. And he just.
I mean,
what's that?
You could say that about Cassidy too. Like he's a skinny dude. He's not like in like insane shape or anything. But like you said, like they finally got Cassidy over, and now what's he doing? Yeah, it's like, we showed you he could be a star. Now we're gonna push him to the background, and then we're gonna go back to like all our other major storylines because now Kenny Omega's doing his heel turn, so we need a bigger singles feud like going on right now. Which I'm still not a fan of Hangman Page. I don't think he's that great.
No,
I really don't. So
I'm crazy about him or Omega. Real.
I'm sorry for all the AEW like faithful, but like I'm not a Hangman fan.
No,
sorry. They have so many better wrestlers than him.
He's like a less cool James Storm. If James Storm was more like Adam Cole, but like not that Adam, it's like a fake Adam Cole. Like not that Adam Cole's not cool, but it's like saying, like it's like he's trying to be both of those people.
Yeah. And how do you not put over Eddie Kingston after all that, over those insane promos and all that stuff? You had the possibility to bring up like the insanity of Eddie Kingston, who's like the indie darlingest person. Like he's that.
Are you talking about like for the pay-per-view? He like went for the world title or something, right? And then I didn't know the results or anything. But
he did a real brutal hardcore match, and Eddie ended up losing in the end to being choked, having the bulldog choke with barbed wire around his neck. So thought it was, from what I heard, like I said, man, I feel bad. I like for the fans, like that. I just never have time to watch ECW. AEW. It's always on the weird. Well, you think barbed wire ECW, but I never. It's on Wednesday nights when I work, and then their pay-per-views are on Saturday night. And I was really looking forward to whatever was going to happen with the Jericho MJF. It sounded like it was the weaker of most of the matches, but I think that's more about story, and I think that's all going to unfold this Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. We need our AEW correspondent. Where's Matt?
Yeah, right.
He's watching now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's watching somewhere. He should just pop in every once in a while and just be like, "This is what's going on in AEW." Now you don't have to watch. Yeah, so that's just my opinion of AEW right now. I really think they need to push the guys that aren't that don't have that name power that guys like Jericho and Moxley and Cody do, Kenny Omega and like Brody Lee, guys that they came in from other places, and carried that name over. I think they could build up a guy like Eddie Kingston, and even people that did come over like FTR, they should really be pushing to the moon, just because we all know how they got treated over in WWE. Like, them.
It's less about how they're treated and more about how they're like amazing tag team. They're a really good tag team. Like they have the ability to change the mainstream like acceptance of tag team wrestling. Like that's how good of a tag team they are. And
I don't know. I kind of think they dropped the ball with FTR. I don't know what they were doing with them. They were having like these little like 4-way matches with other people involved. I don't even like how they entered. They just pulled up in a pickup truck. They really like they're botching these guys coming over. Like Miro Like he just shows up as the dude's best man for a wedding. And then all they do is play video games all the time.
It's like Bret Hart coming to WCW. They're like, yeah, we'll make him a referee. That'll be over. Let's make him a referee. The best wrestler ever. Sure, a referee. Sure, that's how you debut him. The same exact stuff. New ingredients.
Yeah. I forgot all about that when they screwed. Who did they screw over in that match? They did the Montreal screw job, and Brett was the ref.
Was that wasn't Benoit, was it?
Hogan. There was something with Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan. Yeah, I'm thinking it's something else. One thing I want to bring up before we get into who wins wrestling is that Savio Vega might be making a return to the WWE. He's going to be at Survivor Series. The whole 30 years of the Undertaker thing. Undertaker's going to make an appearance. And Savio Vega apparently was really good friends with the Undertaker. He was in that Bone Street crew.
Yeah.
The BSK, man, which I had to look up because I didn't know even I didn't even know who was in it. It was just one of those backstage things where, they rode together, they played dominoes, listened to the same music and all this other stuff. The Bone Street crew.
Ew.
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 I'm going to bring up my Twitter, and I'm just going to go on the Undertaker's page and just write ew, like for every day.
It was just one of those, he's just one of those guys that it's into like he should have been in an old Western somewhere playing poker in like a saloon. He's just one of those guys, and he found a bunch of friends in wrestling that were also those guys. So it was, it was Midian and, Yokozuna and Rikishi and Savio Vega and Bryan Adams. And
can you make a graphic and have it be like a wanted poster with Undertaker with like guns, like Old West cowboy?
Wait, which Bryan Adams? They're just a skinny Canadian and they're playing guitar and singing old 80s songs.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. I know not what I do.
Just singing to the Undertaker. It's like, I would do anything. Oh, wait, that wasn't my song.
Meatloaf.
I'm gonna you.
Every single Bryan Adams song just went out of my head. So
Well, the summer of '69 was him, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Run to You was his other big hit. And then the one from
the Robin Hood song.
The Robin Hood song.
That's how I remember it. The Robin Hood song. Sure.
That's about it.
Any other time
Savio Vega.
Whenever I hear any other Bryan Adams song on the radio or on something, I'll be like, is this? Oh yeah, this is not Bon Jovi. That's like my Bryan Adams. I go, yeah, nah. Is this? Nope. This is not Bon Jovi.
Bryan Adams is awesome. So
I
good.
still listen to Brad. I'll throw on somewhere 69.
You can't deny him. He asks you not to.
Did he? Does he have a song called "Don't Deny Me"? Or is that a lyric?
It's a lyric from the Robin Hood song. Don't deny me this pain I'm going through.
You picked out like the most obscure part of that song. That's like, don't deny him. He said not to. Let's get into it, man. Every week we shine on the spotlight on one person, one entity of some kind in professional wrestling. We do it with a segment called "Who Wins Wrestling." Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. I had a hard time this week because there was a lot of good stuff, but there was a lot of bad stuff. I'm just going to throw it out there right now. I'm going to go with Paige, just because she apparently got stalked and almost attacked in her home. It was another not Selena Vega.
Fire and Desire.
Sonya Deville, yeah. There's another Sonya Deville moment where apparently somebody just tracked her down, started like sending gifts to her house and stuff like that, and then just found a way to get into her house. And apparently her boyfriend was there and held the guy down until the cops came. So it was like another thing of, maybe we can figure out a way to, so they don't know where you live. Is there a reverse Google Maps that we can do? Is there some kind of, can we shut this down somehow? It seems way too easy for insane people to find out where these girls are living. But I'm going to give it to Paige.
I'm not going to pretend to think that I can come up with a solution to that, because I can't. That's somebody else's problem to figure out. But yes, it needs to be taken care of. Yes, they need to be able to get off the grid somehow.
Who do you got, Corey, for Who Wins Wrestling?
I'm torn between either the Sasha and Bailey. I was gonna say Sasha. That match from SmackDown, Open SmackDown, just the opener of SmackDown. They did a lot of really innovative things. It was a really, really good match. They had some really we never seen before. So I'm gonna just say Sasha.
Nice. Very nice, man. Good for you, Sasha. Mark, what do you got, man?
I am going to go with – I was going to go with one of the guys from AEW, but that would be kind of me being a poser since I didn't get to see the pay-per-view. So I am going to go with Alexa Bliss for finally getting rid of the worst friendship story ever last night.
Oh, I was going to bring that up. It's not very babyface of somebody to give somebody an ultimatum. It just isn't. You're not a babyface if you say it's them or me. You're not a babyface. You're a jerk. Anytime anyone says it's them or me, you always pick them and never the person who said to pick. Like it's not a very good babyface thing to do. Like that was bad writing for crisscross applesauce.
It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the greatest end to a friendship.
Right.
That friendship, which I can't stand, is finally over. Just her going, I choose him, and doing this, and the whatever. I forget what she has written on her hand.
It says
pain and something else. I forget.
And
play.
It's like pain and play or something like that. Yeah.
Pain and play, is that what it is? And she just runs off, and I'm like,
she shot confetti in her face.
You probably don't have to hear Lexa.
I wasn't there for you, Alexi, and I'm sorry. Yeah. It's eventually going to lead to a match. You know it is, and it's I'm hoping to see Alexa Bliss back in the ring again. So I'm all for it. And good. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of that friendship storyline either. So.
Yeah, I almost went with Ruby Riott because she actually won a match on Friday night. But SmackDown was so bad, I don't really.
I was gonna say the best part of like everything. While I'm gonna say Sasha won wrestling, I'm gonna say my favorite part of everything, besides the nicknames thing, the Fireface, the swear jar. The swear jar was my favorite part of anything.
Well, you can go F yourself too, Alexa.
Yeah, dude, the swear jar was great. A
A
lot of people hated it. I thought it was. It's like I get it if you don't get what he's doing, like it can be stupid, but I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's just like it's a 3-hour show, man. He's a great distraction from all the monotonous like roll up after distraction finish, after disqualification, after roll.
Pepper in some insecurities in there.
Yeah.
Pepper in just a few insecurities and some dives, some leg slaps. But I actually I want to give mention to the Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander was a cool team. I don't like when teams beat the tag team champions and don't win the tag team titles. I don't really like that very much. I mean, if they earned a shot for the titles, it should be against someone else who's trying to get a championship match against the champions.
I want them to have the belts so bad. I really think the Hurt Business would look dope with the tag belts and the US belt. And then I really think they had a chance there. They could have just gave the belt to MVP. the 24/7 championship. And then he could have did a whole storyline of everybody trying to get the belt off MVP, but he's got these 3 monsters around him protecting him at all times. It could have been funny and good at the same time. Could you imagine like dudes jumping out of the rafters and then just Bobby Lashley throwing him across the room, and like it could have done all kinds of fun. And I would rather see MVP with it because he's just great when he talks.
Right. Well, you know what's weird? I really think they kind of dropped the ball on Titus. Like the whole Titus trying to get in the Hurt business, they like buried him, and I didn't really enjoy that very much. Like the fact that MVP was like, "Oh, the match is happening on this side of the ring," like instead of underneath it. To me, it was like, why do you gotta twist the knife? This guy's already not over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I laughed. I thought it was funny. It's a nice call. Like
I did not notice it, and I have to give props to Simon Miller. When I wasn't looking, I just heard the tap because I knew Titus O'Neil was going to lose anyway to Bobby Lashley. But did you see when Bobby was trying to put the Hurt lock on him and he was already tapping out? Well, he had him in a half Nelson. He couldn't even get the other arm around it. And he was just flailing in the wrong direction.
Dude, also, I want to mention how like mismatched Jeff Hardy was with both Elias and Riddle. Like the chemistry was just bad. Did you guys notice that, or was that just me? Like all the stuff, especially all the stuff with Riddle and Jeff Hardy, not working.
Yeah. Some guys just don't mesh, and I guess that's what we just saw. Is maybe they just don't mesh. I don't know, like because we all know how good Riddle is, and we all know. Oh God, Matt Riddle. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing a Shorty G.2, 2.0.
I'm actually going. I definitely thought that there was more going to happen with Chad Gable and like him doing that promo and quitting as Shorty G, and like it's got to lead to something. I'm just, when's that happening? Like they scratched the Titus O'Neil itch like the second it itched, but like this Shorty G thing, they're not scratching that itch.
I don't know. Well, it's only been a week. Maybe he'll end up as the 5th SmackDown member, and we can see what's going on with that. And maybe he'll have a great showing at Survivor Series, and I don't know. Maybe they'll just drop him off the face of the earth like they do with every other storyline. I don't know. Who knows, man?
Willing and Gable.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he quits being Shorty G, and where's he been? Like I'm so tired of WWE like going, here's a new storyline, and then it just disappears. Like, what happened? Like, can I get a little more than him just like saying this and then never like disappearing? Like,
yeah. I know it's weird. It's like they have so much. They don't even have that much going on, but it just feels like it feels like they feel they need to get everybody out there all the time and just. Hey, by the way, we have this person, this person, this person. This match doesn't make any sense, and their storyline doesn't make any sense. We're going to keep pushing it just to let you know that it's still out there. And maybe Shorty G will be on again next week complaining about being Shorty G. Well, it's like they'll take a break from a storyline that isn't that important just to push the other people that happen to also be there. So I don't know. It's weird. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, something.
I'm hoping, man. He's too talented. He's way too talented. Mm-hmm. I'm just scared that I'm going to see him on Raw one day chasing after the 24/7 championship.
Yeah. It's crazy how many talented people were in that little scramble match.
Yeah,
the other day. Like, honestly, if somebody brought it up on a podcast I was listening to, if they just had like a proper feud between Drew Gulak and R-Truth, it would be awesome. Like an actual wrestling match, like that would be great. Both of those wrestlers are fantastic. I would love to see that, but they're not going to do that. They're going to keep on doing surprise roll-ups until R-Truth is a 100-time, 24/7 champion. Because he's on number 44 now, or 43 or something like that.
They want to have him win it 247 times.
44 championships. I wish they would do something where Ric Flair came out and Truth was just saying he's the greatest champion of all time, and just have Flair come out and have him woo in his face a couple times, just something fun, because I don't know where this is leading, like him winning his belt over and over and over again. Like, so I would like seeing something fun come out of it.
I don't know. They might do like a John Cena thing, because Cena's tied that record with Flair. So maybe they got something, because they keep on saying, "Oh, John Cena's his favorite wrestler, and he's doing the AA now and all this other stuff." So they might do something with it. It might just be something.
Can we just say how great it is? He always calls John Cena's childhood hero.
Like 10 years older than John Cena.
Oh man, it's about that time we got to start wrapping things up here. Mark, you got anything going on this week?
No, I am officially only solo employed again, so I am bored out of my mind playing way too many video games again. Besides that, no, man, nothing's going on.
What are you playing these days?
Wasteland 3. I hate this game so much. But I'm going to beat it, and then I'm going to throw this game in the trash afterwards. Like a real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
So I have
I hate those.
I have like 5 people that I have to position behind stuff, and then they each have different weapons, and they can always shoot so far and always shoot this. And dude, every single battle I walk into, they always jump me, and then 3 of my guys are dead before I even start fighting. And then I got to spend like a half hour trying to get everybody back alive, and then actually try to win the fight afterwards. It sucks. This game sucks.
Corey, how about you, man? What do you got going on this week?
Check out Evolving with Corey Castle on Spotify. New episodes hit every Monday at noon. Check out my Twitter at Corey Castle, as it's typed down here. Type at Corey Castle on Instagram as well. And check me out, man. Just check out and subscribe and like and rate. Make sure you check out every episode of Rassle Rock. You know, I mean, the most relevant ones, sure. I mean, you're going to be like, hey, you know, Dean Ambrose shouldn't have left the WWF. Like, whatever. It's all ages. It all ages. But for sure, subscribe so you catch every new episode to Rassle Rock. Let us know you exist. We really appreciate it, and your time and effort are so valuable. The currency of your time is very precious to us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very, very much. I'm going to go ahead and tell you to check out our Teespring shop, man. 100% of everything on there. Well, it will be. I got to revamp the whole thing because Rassle by Rock's coming up. But check out our Teespring shop. You're going to be able to donate a lot of to a lot of different charities that definitely need it. Everything on there is connected to a charity, so check it out. It's teespring.com/store/Rassle-Rock. Check out more episodes of Rassle Rock. If you want to actually see us on YouTube, it's tinyurl.com/YouTube Rick Connor, CONNOR. Also, you can find challenge videos, wrestling videos, a whole bunch of different wrestling videos on there. So definitely check that out. Check out my other podcast to do with Mark's sister, Karen. It's called It's Something to Do. It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, Corey Castle and myself will be appearing for Super Fight Wrestling November 21st. It's going to be streaming live on Twitch TV, and all money donated during the live stream will go to the charity Toys for Tots. So that's very important as well. I will be on commentary. I believe Corey will actually be wrestling. Is that right?
That is right. Yes.
That is right. All right.
Let me post about this. Maybe I'll be able to go.
All right, cool. Well, it's not. You're not going to be able to attend. It's not a live. It's a live wrestling. It's only
might be able to go because you're.
It's only on Twitch.
You might actually be able to go, Mark.
Maybe.
There's not. It's
friends
not really
and family.
Family and friends only, and you're one of those things, maybe. Like,
So check that out.
Mark would be more likely to go, man, I ain't your friend. Don't call me friends with you.
But it's going to be on Twitch TV. It's all going to be for Toys for Tots. So check that out. That's coming November 21st. Super Fight Wrestling. That's going to be very, very cool. Also, happy Veterans Day. That is, well, it's tomorrow, but by the time this airs, it's going to be today. So, Mark, thank you very much.
Chris Jericho's 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Chris Jericho. I know
that's just
every episode. You're a very avid, you're a very big fan of mine. I get it. I'm a fan of yours too sometimes. But look, Chris Jericho, if you wanted to be on my podcast, we could talk about it. But I mean, I got a really heavy schedule and lots of guests. I got episodes backlog until December.
I love you, Chris. Please be my friend.
All right, that'll about do it for this episode of Rassle Rock. Thank you very much, so much for listening. That'll do it. I'm Rick Connor.
Mark Habacher.
Corey Castle.
And let's take it out like we always do with Mr. Nick Burke.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.